We are live in the heart of nature, and I'm shooting this video so I can give you guys some juice on what is going on just in my life and some of the things that I'm noticing that I have been implementing in my routine that has been really working out for my life for the better. Because before, when you don't really have intention or you don't really have a goal, you kind of just doing whatever. And for me to kind of master what are some of the things that I wanted to be in my routine for good, you have to do things in a consistent way. If you brush your teeth every day, most likely, like many of us, brushing our teeth is already a habit. So to make certain habits that we want in our life to be a part of us, we have to do these things at least for 90 days. It takes 21 days for us to make our habits into a routine, but it takes 90 days for our habits and the things that we practice for it to be a lifestyle. So if you're looking for it to be incorporated in your lifestyle, it is more of that long term. You do got to do it for at least 12 weeks, because I did do the 21 day. 21 days cool, but it doesn't really stick. It's like, yeah, but when you do it like 90 days, it's like you're more programmed to be doing the things that you are practicing. Some of the things that I have implemented in my practice are I have been doing cold showers. Cold showers, I feel like they're good to do, because not only was I taking a cold shower, but when I do the cold shower, I actually do a whole mudra. I actually say, it's like, words are spells, and the more we say things, it can almost become our beliefs. So something that I'm doing, water is magnetism, and it pulls things out, it draws things out, especially when we're using cold water, because cold is ruled by Scorpio. It draws things out, where the warm water, it makes us feel more comfortable. It draws things in. So if we're trying to draw things out, you want to take a cold shower. And when I do the cold shower, I would say a positive and negative charge mudra that I'm trying to basically, while I'm doing that, I'm trying to pull out this negative character trait that's within me that I do not like it within my character, that isn't serving me. And that could be a variety of things. It can be from, if you're a person who procrastinates, you can put that as your character trait that in the 90 days you'll be practicing. Well, you can do the cold shower mudra. So you would do, procrastination as your negative trait that you're trying to get rid of. There's so many things that we want. We want better diets. We want clearer skin. We want better relationships. We want more money. We want, these material things. We want spiritual things. We want physical things. So you want to do the positive. And the reason why you want to do the positive and negative is because once you're drawing out, like the cold water, like I said, it draws out that negative character trait. Now you kind of want to bring in the positive character trait that will kind of counter it. So the way I was taught to do it is you'll pick a trait that is basically in the same polarity. Basically, so if you're trying to get rid of procrastination, is the trait that you're trying to get rid of. You will basically, the positive trait that you're going to have is going to be something along the same polarity. Like you want to have procrastination, the positive trait you're trying to bring in is, money. Those are like two different things. Procrastination has a lot to do with our earth element. Money has a lot to do with earth too, but it's like one is kind of being slow and then one is making that money and making things happen. So what you want to do is you'll say something like positive as the negative character trait you're trying to remove, and you'll find maybe a positive character trait as maybe maybe you'll cross things off your to-do list, or getting that to-do list checked off, or and something in that nature. So what you do is positive character trait, crossing off to-do list, and then negative character trait, you will blow out. So positive character trait, crossing off to-do list, negative character trait would be procrastination. So basically what you do is crossing off to-do lists, procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. Actually, I was wrong. When you do the cold shower, it's just your negative character trait. Where the positive and negative character trait comes in is when you're doing your hermetic breathing practice. So you want to do these two neck and neck, kind of the same, to kind of get the full effect. So throughout the day, what I do is I set my phone, I put the alarm on, where every 3 hours for 3 minutes, I'm doing a hermetic breathing practice where I'll breathe in the positive character trait that I'm trying to bring in. So that will be crossing off my to-do list. And then I'll let go of procrastination. So when you breathe in, crossing off to-do list. And when you breathe out, procrastination. And you do that for 3 hours, 3 minutes every 3 hours. First, you want to start off for 2 minutes every 2 hours. And then you amp it up, 3 minutes for every 3 hours. And then you can keep going more further until you realizing this character trait is removing from off you. With the cold shower, is just the mudra you are saying to yourself, and it's just the negative character trait you're trying to get rid of. So it will be procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. And you do these because these have certain symbolic meanings. Like when you meditate and you're using this is like means like communication. So you're like communicating with you're communicating when you do this. It's communicating with your ancestors, basically. It's like, everything has a symbol. You see the Illuminati, they be putting things, but everything, to banish. This means to banish, the horns, to banish. So that's why when you do the cold shower, you do not speak, procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid. Procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. And as you do it, you look into the water. So it's very intentional. You're looking into the water and you're saying your mudra. So procrastination, out of my soul, splash it on cold water onto your body with magnetic fluid, down the hole, to banish. And as the water is going down the hole, you want to do the banish, and you want to see the water, the negative character trait in the water dripping down into the hole. So that, that's all like symbolic, as you're getting rid of, it's coming through you, and the cold water is magnetizing and getting all rid of, things that no longer serve. So that is just, the negative, but you want to do both of them together because it gets like the full effect as you go throughout your day. You're constantly meditating out, and as you do the cold shower literally shocks you, and you get in there, it's not really comfortable. So it's recommended before you go in, you use a dry brush, brush your skin, brush it up in an upward direction, get your underpits, get everywhere. And before you go in your cold shower, maybe toss around a little bit, get a little comfortable, and then go right in. Procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. Procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. Procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. Procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole, and banish. Procrastination, out of my soul with magnetic fluid, down the hole. And you keep doing that, and you keep repeating that to yourself. And then you do the meditation it's like you're kind of working yourself, working your system to kind of get rid of. This is how you basically get rid of traits that are you're so programmed, if you're a person who has road rage, if you're a person who has, and I should have said this from the beginning. What you want to do from the beginning is get your 2 journals. One for your one is called your Black Soul Mirror book. One is called your White Soul Mirror book. In the Black Soul Mirror book, you're going to write all the negative character traits about yourself. And in the White Soul Mirror book, you write as much positive character traits about yourself, things that you are really good at, things that you're really positive about yourself. And in the negative book, you're going to write things that you don't like about yourself, things that you really are trying to change, negative things that you kind of put onto the table that, you know, their shadow side, basically. If you steal, if you talk too much, if you are procrastinating, you write all that bad stuff in there, and then you basically want to rate it 1 through 3. Basically keep writing, write as much as you can. You probably can come up with like 100. Some people can come up with like 200, even more. And you write, and then you want to go down the list. You label them 1 to 3, 1 being the easiest to kind of get rid of, and 3 being maybe the hardest thing within you that you know is going to be kind of hard to get rid of this character trait. And then you kind of want to use the one that you have 3, the most difficult one, so you can kind of get rid of that. Because when you get rid of the most difficult ones, you'll slowly and surely start seeing the more or less severe ones start getting start getting rid of those as well. Yeah, so you have your positive book, and if you have trouble with coming up with things, ask the people who are around you, because the people around you know you best. Ask your sister, ask your mom, ask your best friend, or your roommate or your husband. Ask them what things about me that are bad, what things you think I need to work on, and see what things they say, so that we are working on being our word. Because the only person who's stopping us is ourselves. The only person who's stopping us from getting that money, from losing that weight, from getting a better relationship with our husband or with our mother, is us. Having a better relationship with your kids. You want that promotion. You want more money. You want, who knows? Someone stopping you, judgment. You putting in your head the judgment that you think that they perceive of you. So that's basically all you. You are the one who is basically stopping yourself from getting to where you need to. So basically, what you're doing when you do the cold shower, what you're doing when you do the hermetic breathing practice, is you're basically fighting with yourself. You're fighting to get, fighting yourself. That's why I like the 90-day routine, because it's basically fighting yourself from all your regular comforts. So, oh, I'm not going to do my cold shower today. Oh, I'm not going to do my hermetic breath. It's basically like you're fighting yourself from not being in those states. And when you do that, you do get the results, because you did complete the 90 days. But it's like we're so used to. So even when you're doing it at the start, you're going to be like, nah, I don't want to kind of do that. But it has to be the commitment that you have within yourself, telling yourself like, hey, I have a 90-day routine I'm trying to trying to fulfill. And the only way, you're trying to fulfill. So I say this to say that it's up to us if we really want to see these changes in our lives happen. The most I can do is just come on to this video and explain and show things to you. But it's up to you to actually do the work and to keep, it's like, okay, maybe one day you do miss your breath, your hermetic breath or something, but it has to be a program or a switch within yourself. Like, okay, today I didn't do my hermetic breath. Oh, today I didn't get to do my cold shower. Tomorrow I'm catching up. I'm going to make sure I do 4 hermetic breathing practices, or I'm going to add an extra 2 minutes to that. And I'm going to, get my cold shower in today. I'm going to make sure, So we're not always perfect, but it's to know like, okay, I didn't do what I had to do today. I know I'm doing a 90-day routine. Tomorrow I'm getting back to it. And it's us that's kind of keeping ourselves, get your accountability partner. But at the end of the day, it really is you. It really is you and how your mindset is. So I should have said it from the beginning of the video, but the first thing you want to do is have your Black Soul Mirror, White Soul Mirror. So you're writing Black Soul Mirror, all your negative stuff, White Soul Mirror, all your positive stuff. And then when you do your cold shower, you do the severity, how hard, how bad it is, and you kind of want to tackle the ones that are really bad. And that's the one you'll use when you're in the shower, not speaking up, out of my soul. Replay the video so you can see the little mudra that you do with it. And then you do the positive and negative character trait hermetic breathing practice, which you started off 2 hours every 2 minutes every 2 hours, and then you can amp it up, do it every 3 minutes for every 3 hours, and then 4 minutes for every 4 hours, until you do it for 90 days. So I'll say the first month, do 3 minutes for 3 hours. 2 minutes for 2 hours, and then the next month, because it is for 90 days, you're going to be doing this. You will amp it up and do the 3 minutes for every 3 hours. And so you got you write your stuff down, you label how severe it is, you do your cold showers, you do your breath, your hermetic breathing breath. And remember, the hermetic breathing breath, you want to make sure you're having a positive character trait. You have your negative, which is procrastination, and you want to, when you're breathing, because it's like what comes in must come out, right? So you're breathing in something that you want to take in, and then you got to push what you want to pull out, because that's what you're doing when you're breathing, when you're meditating. You're breathing in something that you want, but it has to be on the same polarity for it to kind of work. You don't want to breathe in a husband and then you're breathing out procrastination. It's kind of like, you kind of want them to be on the same polarity. You want them to kind of relate into the same topic in a way. Same, you know what I'm saying. If you don't, please let me know so I can clarify, because this is really important. They call this shadow work, because like I said, the only person who can get us to where we need to get to is you. Okay, the person who's stopping you is you. So I say that to say the best thing for us to do is take a break from life, sit down. We know there's things that we're not perfect. Even the most Joel Osteen, we see a pastor on TV, or the successful Denzel Washington. He's not perfect. None of us are perfect, okay? And we have things we have to work on. And the best thing to do is acknowledge that, be truthful, and we have places we're trying to go. So, I feel like working on our character traits, because that's how you come off. That's your character. Your character doesn't change until you change it. You have a mean character. Oh, I don't like how I'm always like that. If you really don't like how you always like that, or you feel like it's not serving you, or you feel like every time you act like that, it's lowering your vibration, lowering your frequency, your people around you ain't fucking with you, or they don't like that, maybe it's something you should work on. It's going to make you a better person. Work on it. Put that in your black soul mirror, put that in your white soul mirror. Do your cold showers, do the meditation. Cold shower, meditation. What else have I been doing? Wheeling and dealing. I've been keeping up with my, since I've been doing my astrology class, a way to keep up with the transits. And since I have been doing it every day, I noticed that I improved. And a lot of these things that I'm naming, you improve. You literally get better at it. Like, cold showers don't bother me as much as it used to, but it's still I gotta get comfortable. But a lot of these things will just become a part of you, especially if they're good habits. Like, if it's working out is something I did as well. Worked out for 90 days, y'all. And you see the results. Like, so many people, they're coming talking to me about my energy, talking to me about my results. Like, I didn't really eat the right diet, so, everything to be filling out. But there was so many people still coming up to me talking about, the improvement that they see. So people will see this, you will see this. You will start to notice the difference when you really start working on yourself. It takes 90 days, y'all. It's not gonna take a week. F what they said, 21 days. 21 days, I tried it. It gets you in the momentum, but don't do it the next day, and you're gonna just see it's not gonna stick as much as if you were to do it for 90 days. Okay. So yeah, I also been just keeping up with the transit. So I'll watch every day the moon transits a new sign. Every 2.5 days the moon is always moving. So what I'll do, because the moon is the mood, that's the mood of what is going on. So I'll look at that. I'll look at where the sun is stationed. Like right now we're in Cancer season, so the sun is in Cancer. And the Cancer has a meaning behind it. Cancer is ruled by family. Cancer is ruled by the home. So, Cancer is ruled by family, is ruled by the home. So I totally forgot what I was going to say. So when you would see the moon in the sign, it would kind of give off a certain energy, a certain vibe. You'll even start noticing it in maybe conversations you have with your people, or you just start noticing behaviors that you've been acting out on the day already that has to do with Cancer-like, moon-like. And then you have your natal chart that will make it even more specific, more personalized to what you're going through. So not only am I looking on the global scale to the collective, what everybody's going through, like, oh, the moon is in here, but when you look at your natal chart, your moon will be in a certain house. So that will be kind of personalized to you. And then you'll have certain planets in that house. So it really is important for us to get our natal charts, because our natal charts is basically a Snapchat of when we were born and the planets in a certain position. So that's the reason why we already have certain energies within us that are just within us. Like, there's no really cutting it. It is who we are, you know? So I'll do that. And when I've been doing that, not only is it proving like, damn, astrology is real, because the amount of connections that you're seeing, it's definitely enhancing my skills, my ability to see. And yeah, as far as like me being aware, and I feel like it gives me energy. Every time I finish doing my transits, I feel like I have more energy than when I started, because I feel like it's definitely getting me more aware. Because what I'll do is, in my notes and my phone throughout the day, I will write certain things that are happening. And if you can see certain connection, like let's say you spoke on the phone with your mother or something like that, that would be in your chart. You know, mother is ruled by Cancer, phones is ruled by Gemini, so it would be something in that nature. Or you seen double of something, that's like Gemini. So you will look in your chart, your natal chart, to see where that connection is coming from. Like, you literally can make so much connections and literally see certain things happen by studying the energies of the planets. And yeah, so like I said, I'll write it in my notes, and then I'll make the connections the next day to my chart. And this is just making me more aware, like, oh, I see why this happened. Oh, you know, this synchronicity happened. So not only when I do that am I able to really be aware, but it's just so dope. It's just so dope. Because it's just a connection. It's like someone is I always feel like is someone watching me? Like, is someone watching me? I'm watching someone right now. The girl who just did my hair, she's like looking through her car. Yeah, my first time I went over here. So yeah, I'm in New Jersey, y'all. I like the hair. But yeah, I was just looking at her. But speaking of looking, yeah, it's just very it's a fly on my foot. Yeah, it's very it's been showing how accurate like astrology really is. And then I've been doing wheeling and dealing. Wheeling and dealing is like using your intuition, because these certain cards have meaning and symbolism behind them. And like each card is represented, even astrology can connect to each card. Like Lover's card is connected to Gemini, and the High Priestess card is connected to, I think it's Pisces or something like that. But each card is connected to an astrology sign. And then when you get familiarized with them, your intuition will literally start talking to you, and you will literally see things within the card. And then you'll be like, didn't this morning, like this to say the Lover's card, and I just pulled the Lover's card, and then today the theme of your day is really about lovers, really about maybe partnerships, really about, you know, you interacting with another person. It'll be something in that nature, and just being aware and just seeing it happen. It'd be like, and like the more you actually wheel and deal and you do it, the more you get connected to that. Like before, I always felt like I needed the guidebooks. Like, no, now I'm like definitely trusting my intuition, and my intuition is calling me. It takes time to develop that. Trust me, it's not gonna happen overnight. There's so many voices and so many things, signals that be happening, so you're not gonna really trust those voices immediately, especially depending on where your journey is on and where your journey is at. But I say, if you're struggling with that, meditation definitely helps with that. Yeah. Okay, so we have transit journal, we have wheeling and dealing, where's your tarot card. I feel like definitely if you want to get connected to your ancestors and your intuition, and it's so hard for me to explain it, but one day I'm going to get it. But hopefully one of you guys are getting what I'm saying. But it's a beautiful thing to see the connections and to really see spirit, basically spirit communicating with you. That's what I feel like my spirit connection. 'Cause I literally do be seeing the connections throughout the day, and it really do be amazing. I just be amazed. We got the transit journals, we have the Toro wheeling dealing, hermetic breathing practice, we have the cold shower. I feel like I'm missing something, but these are like the 4, and working out. So I guess those 5 things is what I'm doing other things now, but I want to break it down and give you guys where I first started, because I feel like this thing has definitely changed my life. And I mean, so many different things have been happening, good and the bad, because I feel like, yes, this journey, I feel like there's always some like shadow work. There's always like some like deep down, there's always like some deepness or something that you always, you always got to come back. Judgment Day, you always got to come back to yourself. So as much as I can say it's always peaches and creams, but there's work that you got to do. There's always work that got to be done, especially depending on where your journey's at. I'm, very, very, very new to just the whole awakening and, spirituality and meditating. I'm highly new to this lifestyle. So, yeah. So we have that. And I say working out. Working out definitely has been like something that I miss doing, and I definitely have to. I see the difference when I implemented it for 90 days. Yes, there is a big difference when you work out and you make it consistent. I was doing some weights, I was doing some foam rolling, I was doing some mobility, a little bit of yoga, some swimming, a little bit of swimming, probably like 3 times out the 90 days. But like 4 days weights, and 3 other days will be maybe foam rolling, something light, mobility, maybe some stretching or something like that. And what I just noticed, not only the body results, but my mind, not only being free from like sickness and inflammation. Like I barely got sick within those 3 months, probably never. You have more energy. I feel like it gave me energy to do more. Like doing that, I wanted to do like more. I wanted to hula hoop at the park. I wanted to, open a little class to have my the little kids come join me, and like open my energy up even more. I don't even know how to explain it, but from the health reasons, it helps you breathe better. Me, I'm a person, I like to eat a lot. Not you guys are like, eat a lot. Like, no, I don't really eat a lot, but let's say I have a plate of food, and then I'll look for dessert. I'll look for chips. And the fact that I eat like that, it can cause me to really get bloated and get inflammation and things like that. So when I realized and I started working out every day, I don't get that no more. That inflammation, that hurt, it goes away. So it went away. It has been. I feel like the more I go to the gym, it gives me space to eat kind of what I want to eat. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. For all my fat people who like to eat what you want to eat, and that comes with a certain extent, because I was doing like Ramadan fasting, and I do eat healthy. So this does not apply for all my people who who already got crazy diets. Like when I say this, I was just saying this to say like I can literally eat more and don't feel bad, don't get the bad, like the bloating, don't get the inflammation, like my feet will start swelling up when I eat too much. And basically I don't get that when I work out every day. I have more space to eat, and I love that, because I love to eat. And sometimes, especially these days, especially being more spiritual, I feel like I can only fit 1 meal in, but working out, I feel like it gives you that energy. You can definitely squeeze 2 meals in your day. Yeah, it just amplifies your mind so you can be able to do more. It's crazy. It's like burning more energy. You have more energy to do more. Yes, it works that way. Because there's days that I don't go to the gym, I be lazy as hell. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit on the couch and just be used to the environment of the home. When you go out and I'm going to the gym, I'm setting up my bag, setting up my water, I'm going into the car, I'm getting in there. There's everybody there is already there to work out, to already do something positive, and it's the environment, it's the people that you're around. It's amazing. I went on a beautiful 90-day journey, April 2022, and I just finished in July, and it's literally has been the best thing I probably ever did in my life. It's just implementing things that actually work, that are actually connected to spirit, what spirit will want me to do, because we're spiritual people first. If anything, we're spiritual people. Fuck the physical world. And Pisces rules 12%. Pisces is the last sign and rules basically 70%. 70% of the earth, 70% of our bodies is water. And Pisces rules 70%, basically majority of the zodiac sign, because the last one, it rules over everything. All the signs are basically all within Pisces. And I say this to say that we're very spiritual people, because Pisces rules the spirituality, rules the unseen realm, rules, we see everything now. Pisces is this room of sleeping. Pisces rules sleep. So, sad to say, it all really matters. Not really matters, but it really is important. If it rules 70%, it just goes to show you how important the Pisces energy is. As far as the self, as far as spirituality is concerned, it really is important for us to be knowing ourselves, know thyself, and to really be doing that work on ourselves so we can get better, raise our vibration, and get the things that we want to manifest, because we didn't come here just to sit and to do nothing and to look at everybody else manifest. Okay. So I hope you guys were able to get something from this video. If not, that's okay. I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Peace, love, and light. Today's Saturn's Day. One thing I'm noticing about Saturn's Day, I need to add the tea, because Saturn Day is no joke. Saturn's Day is every Saturday. And Saturn is a sign that is like the father. Saturn rules 10th house. It's the top of the chart. It's on the top of the chart in the chart. So with that being said, it's the hardest part to get to. You really got to climb to get to the 10th house. You really got to climb to get to the top. And that's what Capricorn is. Capricorns are a boss. They rule the top. They be on the throne. And one thing about Saturn is it's really about purpose. I feel like Saturn's Day is a day for planning. It's a day to kind of set some type of boundaries from the things that we are normally doing, the things that we normally do. And it's kind of like hold up, break. Let me see my life. Let me see what things I need to draw in for the next week, and really is a day for planning. I don't know, maybe it's that queen of clubs that I got, that I just be really organized and shit like that when it comes to certain things. I feel like Saturn's a day like planning is your intention. Planning is how you know what's going to operate through the week. When you plan your meal prep for your meal, for your family, versus just going to the store and buying everything, and kind of have that mind like, okay, this week I'm making pasta, this week I'm making hamburgers. You have a plan. It's not just you just running around aimlessly and thinking of the things. Today's Wednesday. Let me think, hamburgers, So I feel like with a plan, it brings room for intention. So you have intention. It brings you somewhere, even though sometimes we may have a plan, we may not, we may just ignore the plan, we may have a plan and just, but I feel like having that plan, it kind of gives you somewhere to go, gives you kind of like a blueprint, It's like you have a vacation, a day vacation, and you just go. And yes, you can, because it's going to be really random how things really go. Maybe be like, you see something, you get drawn over there. See something, you get drawn over there. But when you have a plan, 3 o'clock, jet skiing, this, that, is like intentional. This is going to happen. It's kind of like structured. And sometimes you need our lives to be like that, especially if you're trying to manifest, you're trying to have an aim, you're trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to be on top of my position. You got to have an aim. You got to have a plan. What's the plan for me to be on top of my position? What's the plan? What's the goal? How I'm going to get there? And that's what we need to have in order for us to manifest. Otherwise, we're just moving and doing everything aimlessly. We're not here to do that. We got to have some type of intention some type of focus on one thing. Focus is like, focus, when I see focus, I see, you know, it's not, it's focus. It's closed, it's straight, you know, and that's what you kind of want to have. So I'm done ranting and raving. I hope you guys were able to get something from this video. If not, you always have mañana. I'll see you guys again later. Peace.